ladies and gentlemen, to our first episode of The Basement.
The Basement.
Where we like to talk about things theologically, practically, and hilariously. My name is Tristan.
And my name is Ezra.
And today we're going to just be introducing ourselves.
Yes.
As if we're going to let the people know who we are.
Yes. The introduction to The Basement. What are we, why are we, how are we, who are we?
Yeah, pretty much.
E3.
Yeah.
Pawn to E3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, today, I just wanted to, we can get to know each other a little bit more. They can get to know us a little bit more.
Apparently I don't know you. As of now, I don't know this guy.
So, I'm just going to come up with a random question.
Okay.
And you can answer it.
Okay.
And then eventually I'll ask you a more serious question.
And then I should ask you a random question too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll go back and forth.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
You want to look at them too, or are you just going to look at me?
I'm going to do both.
Okay, do both. Okay.
Yeah. So, random question.
Okay.
Favorite pizza?
Favorite pizza?
Favorite pizza?
Hawaiian. Hawaiian.
Hawaiian. So you're a pineapple on pizza guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Good to know.
You trying to figure out my password to my phone or something?
No, I just said it would be a random question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Your turn.
What?
Yeah, you asked me.
Oh, okay. What color is your toothbrush?
Black.
I mean, mine too.
Yeah. It's a pretty nice color. Black's not bad.
Mine's a charcoal toothbrush. It gets rid of bacteria by deactivating.
I have charcoal toothpaste.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. Okay, serious question.
Okay. When
did you commit your life to the Lord?
I committed my life to the Lord. Hold on, let me do math. So, I believe I was like 9 when I committed my life to the Lord. So that would be 2013. I get my life to the Lord.
Nice.
So, yeah. That.
How was that math? You didn't do any addition or subtraction in that.
Yeah, I did. I did do math because 9 years old, I add 9 years onto the year I was born. And then I got 2013.
Okay.
Yeah. See, that's math.
No, okay, math. There's a little math in there, apparently. Okay.
Alright. Serious question. Favorite New Testament book? Romans? That's pretty good. Yeah. Why?
Because of Romans 14. But there's also a lot of different books in there, like different chapters in there that are really good and talk about good things. But I just like to, it's good to refer to.
Good to refer to. Cool. Cool.
Why are you looking at me? Oh, ask me a question. Got it. So are we going silly, serious, or serious, silly?
You do what you want.
Got it. So...
And don't think too hard about it.
I gotta think really hard about this question.
In the meantime, Bible.
Bible. What brand do you least like to wear?
It's an interesting question because I don't pay attention too much.
Oh.
I know I can probably name some brands I do wear, but I probably cannot tell you what brand I like to wear the least. I have worn some Tommy
Hilfiger.
Yeah, Hilfiger, and I have worn some Volcom stuff as well. Volcom's not bad. I do like Volcom.
That's not what I asked though.
I know. I can't really tell you what I like the least.
Well, I know you probably wouldn't wear Victoria's Secret, so.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I only wear Wrangler's pants, so, I mean...
My least favorite for pants brand is Kirkland.
Interesting. Okay. I know what not to buy you for
Why
your
would
birthday.
you buy me pants?
I have no idea.
That's weird.
Who knows? You may put that on your birthday list. I don't know.
My mom buys me pants. And then eventually when I'm married, my wife will buy me pants. So
Okay.
yeah, so you don't need
Maybe they're designer pants.
You don't. If you bought me designer pants, I'd be like, why? Why?
It'd be suit pants. How about that? Next year, I get you the jacket.
Okay. Suit pants, got it. I like Banana Republic, if we're going to go suit style.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, cool. I guess I haven't actually answered your question properly.
Or American Eagle. I like American Eagle.
I don't know what my least favorite is. Probably, if there's a great value brand of clothing, I'm going to choose that as my least favorite.
Walmart brand?
Yeah. If there's like a great value brand of the clothing that is basically just repurposed material from the same products of another company, that's probably my least favorite. Just because it's like, it's super cheap. It's not for comfortability.
Dollar store brand.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. So, yeah, to answer that question, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When did you give your life to the Lord?
So it's an interesting kind of thing. So the church that I kind of grew up in, the first kind of half of my life at this point where I stand now, was less than half. It was only first 7 years of my life. We went to a church, and the requirement to have communion was you were baptized. So I got baptized when I was 6, so I could get communion.
Gotcha. Okay.
That was my only reason, so I could get communion. I had no clue what was I had no clue what was going on, kind of thing. And then I think I was baptized again when I was like 12.
Oh, okay.
In a different church we went to in here in Walla Walla. So like I don't know. It was a while back, but I'm not gonna try to math. I think, and the reason that I like fully gave my life to the Lord then is because like I actually knew what I was doing rather than like, oh, look, I have something to look forward to, like communion. But like now I was like, I'm dedicating my life to the Lord because I choose to follow Him and choose to be gone from my old ways and not kind of a worldly. I just want to drink some juice and eat some bread. So.
Right. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think I kind of had that same experience of like, I think I was like 7 when I first heard about Jesus, and I was like, "Ooh, he cool."
Mm-hmm.
And then it was at 9 that I actually made the decision, but I don't remember the exact day I gave my life to the Lord, but I can remember the first day that I was like, I want that. Which is kind of interesting. A lot of people may have like the date of when they gave their life to the Lord. I have the date of when I guess, met God or wanted God. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right. Your question.
What's been the hardest thing in your walk with the Lord?
Ooh. What a soft question.
You're welcome.
Oh gosh. I think the hardest thing, which I've struggled with probably for years and am currently like continuing to work on, is the idea of just trusting God, and with that it comes building relationship with Him.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't build that relationship with Him, then my life kind of falls to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And so over the couple of decades I've lived, my life has kind of had its deeper downs than its higher ups.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mostly because I have had the misconception that I had to rely upon my own ability, and so I couldn't actually trust in God in the process of like having a plan for my future. Being there with me and fighting for me and with me against temptations and against lies and confusion and I just didn't build the relationship with him that I needed to. Most of the time, I was just reading the Bible, doing the prayer, singing the worship because it was the Christian thing to do, which it wasn't fulfilling. And so developing an actual relationship actually has been helping me more recently. And I went from like doing a daily Bible reading, which I was just checking off the box for the day, and like saying, okay, we got it done, to like I'm only reading like a chapter of the Bible a day, just so that I can read it and understand that portion before moving on and expecting my life to just be good because I just glanced at the Bible. So yeah, my hardest thing is definitely trust in God, trusting Him to be God, more or less. So yeah, dang, that was a good question.
I think a lot of people have struggle with trust in the Lord, like being able to like full-fledged put your trust in it. Like it's like everybody's gonna worry about money. Everyone's gonna worry about like, am I gonna be able to afford this? Am I gonna be able to like keep myself well balanced? I'm gonna be able to eat food the next day. Like everyone worries about that. And I'm like, I guess I'm in a fortunate position where I'm still kind of under my parents' roof, where like there's food provided for me, and so I'm like, I'm not at the point where like I'm so worried, and so I do trust in God, but I think when I'm really out on my own, that's gonna be where it's like I gotta trust, I gotta put my I gotta do that too. It's like I think that's kind of a thing that everyone has certain struggles on too.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm also in the same position of like I kind of still live under my parents' roof and stuff. So financially, like I'm not struggling to pay all the taxes or pay off a mortgage or all that sort of stuff. I am fairly financially stable, which I'm pretty sure like more pressures will come on after I get my own house and stuff. My biggest thing when it comes to trusting is about future purpose. What am I going to be doing? Like, I don't care if I have like $1 million in my bank account. I want to know what I'm doing with it. And that if I don't know what I'm doing with it, then it's just collecting dust in a bank account. And I don't want to waste that. So usually that either does one of two things. One is that I just sit still and do nothing. So then I don't choose a wrong path. And I don't mess up what I already have been given. Or two, I decide to take everything into my own hands and just barrel through every problem and situation and expect it to go well. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And so it's like the trusting in God, one with His timing, being like, we do this thing at this time. And then two, trusting Him and knowing that there may be some things that I am led to do that I never thought I would be doing or never wanted to do that will be helpful. And that's hard because I want to do what I want to do, but then also in my head, paradoxically, I don't want to do it wrong. So, yeah.
Lean, trust. It's hard to, it's fair.
So, yeah. Long answer to a question, but...
It was intentionally having a long answer.
Yeah. I guess I can reciprocate. What is the hardest thing you've had to deal with when it comes to your relationship with God?
Remembering to go back to Him when I succeed. Like, I know I always go back to Him and fall on Him when I'm like failing and struggling and just like losing, but I like when I'm in my successful era, like when something's going really well, I sometimes forget, like it's like, why am I here? Like I'm going to Him in the struggles, and I'm going to Him here and there. It's like I remember that I need to go back to him when I'm succeeding too, because he's the reason for my success.
Yeah, it's definitely important to remember gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I've noticed is like when I thank God for the smallest things,
Mm-hmm.
it helps me not only focus on Him, but helps me to not worry as much.
Mm-hmm.
Because gratefulness is a reminder to yourself that everything that's been provided for you
Mm-hmm.
is not given to you by your own strength.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you didn't deserve it at all.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is that, like, for us as humans, the thing that we ultimately deserve is death.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when we have that mindset, we can live through life more positively.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think, be more responsible
mm-hmm.
with success
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So yeah, I totally get where you're coming from with, like, success is hard. Cause,
Success is not hard. It's just that remembering, like, you gotta be a little more humble about it. It's like, it's not your own doing. It's like,
right.
God allows your success.
Yeah, right, it's true. Yeah, I know I had, like, a big ego when it came to academics and schooling and stuff, and top of the class when I was in private school for 2 years. And I kind of allowed that mindset of me being top of the class, and I got all that on my own and stuff. I let that kind of take over in high school, and I was homeschooled for high school, and so I was home alone and stuff. And when you're home alone and doing those sorts of things, it's like it's really easy to get lazy and believe that your, like, bare minimum is enough rather than, like, putting your all into everything. So
because you don't have the challenge of other people, kind of.
Yeah, challenge of other people, as well as, like, I guess 2 different ways to challenge of, like, you have peer challenge of where, like, you kind of have a friendly competition of, like, alright, I'm gonna get this grade, I'm gonna beat you at this. And then you also have the constructive criticism challenge. Where it's like, alright, I'm gonna challenge you in this so then you can grow. So, 2 different ways of challenge that kind of gets missed when it comes to homeschool, I think, a little bit. Which, yeah. If I ever homeschool my kids, I'll try to implement that. Sure.
Yeah. That's fair.
So, yeah. That was my question to you.
What?
I asked you a question and I ended up finishing talking. That's funny. But.
Yes. But it's okay.
Yeah. And that's your. You have
a question for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not a deep one this time.
Maybe not.
Favorite ice cream?
Ooh, favorite ice cream. Oh, probably caramel bourbon pecan. Caramel, bourbon, pecan.
Okay, solid.
It's so good. Oh my god.
Describe it.
So you have vanilla ice cream with a caramel swirl mixed in there.
Okay.
And then I think bourbon is actually infused into the caramel.
Okay.
And then you add pecan chunks.
Okay.
In there too. It's just so good. And it's a local flavor from a local ice cream shop. So Pinecone, yeah. Pinecone. And it's so good. They have it like year round. They usually have seasonal flavors, but that one they keep all year round.
Oh, nice.
It's like, oh, yes.
Very cool. Okay. Cool.
Alright. Alright, if you were to live in a fantasy world, what would you want to ride?
Ride?
As, like, a pet. What would you want to ride?
Like how I want to get places?
Yeah.
A Mustang.
Fantasy world, you choose a Mustang, but okay.
No, Fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of car without wheels that still sounded like it had wheels. I like cars. I like car engine sounds.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
How about this fantasy world where I had all the money? I would build my own drift track and only have drift cars. That's what I would do.
Okay.
My fantasy world. Unlimited money.
It's not entirely where I thought that question would go, but alright.
You think I was going to say unicorn?
Or griffin.
What's that?
Griffin is like a bird lion.
Oh. Yeah, no. Nah.
It's got like an eagle head, eagle wings, and then the body of the
I think I've seen that in Narnia or something.
Yeah. It's a cool bird thing.
Bird thing.
Oh my gosh. Alright.
Okay, favorite pastime?
Oh, okay. Favorite pastime? Tell me what you're thinking of when you're thinking of a pastime so then I can understand what you're trying to get
What do you
at.
do when you're not doing things?
Cool. Favorite pastime?
Like for me, is scrolling Facebook Reels.
That's a
Because-
favorite pastime.
Well, it kind of is. It's a good stress reliever, I guess. But like, I also like, I don't want my pastime to be ventriloquism because I want that to be my job. And
Okay,
so,
fair enough.
like, I guess at this point, it's like a hobby, but a paid hobby. But
Gotcha. Favorite pastime? I think... I was thinking more nostalgically. Like, something that happened more in my childhood that was a good pastime. Favorite.
you're thinking past as in literally past.
Yeah.
No,
not
think that think something you pass time with.
Oh. Well, currently, it's pickleball. That's a great way to pass the time. It is getting me outside. It is exercise. And there's so many reasons. It's cheap to get into. So many people play it. And it's super accessible for courts around here. And it's currently spring. So it's amazing time of year.
It's all everywhere.
It's true. So that's my favorite pastime. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I might be adding in another pastime, which is reading books more in the summer because right now I'm doing school. And all my free time, besides pickleball, is taken up by school.
Yeah, I'm in school too, but like I don't have to do homeschool. I don't have to do school homework because I'm working on cars.
Yeah, you need lucky dip. I have papers.
I guess I could be studying for tests.
Oh yeah, you could.
Probably should.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't look at me, Demers.
Oh, here. This is a good question. Okay. Anyways, wait.
Brain fart.
I just put on 4 different facial expressions. What is your major in school?
Automotive technology.
I'm gonna go more in depth.
I work on cars with a wrench
Cool.
and sockets and stuff. Kind of just
Explain it like you love it, okay?
So basically, my major, it's not really a major at all. It's
Oh,
just,
okay.
it's a trade, so it's not like, you can't really major in it. I'm getting an associate's degree. The first year was basic automotive repair, understanding how a car works, from basically ground zero to, now you can rebuild an engine from the ground up.
Nice.
Last year I rebuilt an engine that was a Ford Taurus V6, rebuilt that twice, 3 times, I think.
Wow.
From 0 all the way up. So removing pistons, removing heads, and like all the stuff.
Nice.
And then also this year, I took apart and put back together a front transaxle automatic transmission. We took apart a what's it called? A manual transmission as well, and we've taken apart differentials and taken apart torque converters. Now we've made it through the electronic diagnosis segment where we're diagnosing electronic problems, whether it's a short or it's an open, it's high resistance, low resistance kind of things. Then now we're back into what we learned last year is tires and suspension components. It's just more an in-depth look. So by the end of it, I will have my ASC certification, which means I can go into a shop and say, hey, look, and I have this paper that says I know how to work on cars.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
With an associate's degree.
I'm sure a lot of people are like, yeah, car guy. So.
And then the other people are like, dude, why is he rambling?
Dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So, like, my perspective on it, though, is like, I went into it, yes, I like cars. But I went into it kind of because my mom was like, go to school. I was like, okay.
Do something.
But I get out of school without any debt, so.
Hey, well, there you go. That's great. Beautiful. So.
With a easily usable job, so.
It's fair.
Like a easily usable education, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, your question.
I'm assuming you want me to ask you that question so you can talk about it?
I mean, you can if you want.
Go for it. What's your major in school?
My major in school is theology.
Nice.
Yeah.
What I'd like to be majoring in.
So I've been in college for 3 years now, doing this theology stuff. And I've been just learning a whole lot about, like, I do not want to sound like a broken record. I'm trying to keep myself off of that train.
What?
I'm trying not to sound like a broken record. I'm trying to keep in my brain, like, certain things I can say without sounding like I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again.
What did you say before?
No, it's fine. It's not something I've already said.
Oh, okay.
It's just things in my head. I don't want to sound like a broken record.
Well, saying I don't want to sound like a broken record 3 times in a row kind of does sound like a broken
You know
record.
What? You know what? So I've been learning classes, going over, like, survey classes that go over each individual book, taking like a 40,000 foot view of the book and how it fits into the Bible. Going over a world views class, which takes into account all of the different, not religions, because religions is different from worldviews, but the different perspectives of reality, God, humanity, economics, politics. And that class was very helpful, very intriguing. Currently taking a class called Social Responsibility, where it talks about the Christian's responsibility when it comes to their neighbor, their state, their country, and how they can be involved in politics correctly. And then I'm taking another class called Old Testament History, where we're going through Genesis through 1st and 2nd Samuel. And we're going in depth into all the stories in that. And I also took some classes on how to actually properly research the Bible. Great resource is called Logos. Logos has an entire library of commentaries, survey books, encyclopedias, dictionaries, different language dictionaries like Hebrew, Aramaic, Greek, all 3 languages that the book was actually, the Bible was actually written in. And I learned how to use that software and be able to grab nuggets that are needing to be dug out, because sometimes you can just look over the text and there's going to be more in-depth meaning that the author wanted to express to their audience. So I've been wanting to use this degree to eventually become a professor in theology in a college. Which,
so when you're done, what will you come out with?
So right now, after this semester, I'll be coming out with my associates. I'm wanting to eventually get my bachelor's and then I'll most likely have to get a master's in order to be at a professor level of education.
I feel like a lot of professors in theology are doctors, though.
There are some that are doctors. There's a decent amount of them that are doctors. It's not necessarily a requirement to be a doctor to be a professor of theology.
Okay.
The college that I am in right now, a couple of main heads of that college are masters, and then a couple others are just bachelors. So it's not necessarily a requirement, but it definitely looks better.
You're gonna be coming out with a stockpile of debt when you're done.
I'm gonna try to avoid that as much as possible.
Is FAFSA helping? FAFSA.
Because of the type of college I'm going through right now, their college is very cheap.
Oh, okay.
So it's only like $2,000 a semester.
I should make $2,000 a semester.
It's not bad.
That's nice, actually.
Yeah, just because they aren't connected to the government. So.
Okay. Epic.
Yeah, it is pretty epic. Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm here. So, yeah.
Nice.
So, here's a deeper question for you.
Okay.
Why are you doing this podcast?
Oh, cool. I like this question. So, why? I think one of the first reasons is I am very passionate about the Lord, and one of the things that I do like every day. Let's go back a little bit. I've been on social media personally for over 4 years. I started out on YouTube, making just random videos. I wanted to do motivational videos, and I wanted to give people kind of a lift up without using religion. But then after a bit, I was like, okay, I need to include my religion because it's really important to me. And this kind of on my journey personally of like understanding like why the importance of God is so important. Like some people are like, oh, it's groaning. Like, I want to know this. But like, to me, it's super important because like the idea that having someone being so willing that they being so stuck on knowing that, like, believing that God doesn't exist and knowing what's going to happen to them, but not doing anything about that, that like hurts me. Like, if you see someone who's a strong Christian, but they're not doing the job as a Christian to go make more followers of Jesus, why? Like, that's what we're supposed to do. And so, like, I have a deep, like, I guess yearning is what I don't know if that's the right word, like, for wanting other people to know about Jesus. Like, if you can be saved, be saved. Like, I want you to be saved. Like, I want people to know. And so, I've been doing ventriloquism. That's kind of just what I do. Is I'm a ventriloquist. I've been doing ventriloquism for 3 years, and I think, with God helping me, have brought 3 people, kind of 2 of them back to the Lord, 1 of them to the Lord.
Gotcha. Cool.
And it's like, I think just in those, like, and yes, it's not a big number, but God cares for the one person who turns his heart. And so, I just have a deep passion for that, and everything that I do happens to have God involved and intertwined because it's important to me. And so why I want to do this podcast is so that we can open the conversation to other people and have people want to change their hearts, and people want to learn, people want to know more about God. And then on top of that is, like, in the stage of life that I'm in, where I'm in college, hanging out with friends is not a very common opportunity. So this is just an opportunity where I can hang out with you and talk with you and spend time. So it's like, that's another important reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Why do you want to do the podcast?
So, what's funny is that you actually like brought up the idea to me.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, I brought up the idea and you were like, wait a minute, really? And you grabbed all the equipment out and you were starting to put it all together, and I'm just like, oh, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, okay, this is something that can be done. Because I love talking about the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I love talking about
Me too.
God. And it's something that excites me because, one, it can be a heady thing.
Heavy, yeah. It's going to be a heavy thing, yeah.
It can be a heavy thing, but it can be a heady thing.
What does that mean?
It means that it can have a lot of information. There's a lot of cool connections within the Bible and all that sort of stuff.
Deep something.
Yeah, there's a lot of deep thought.
Okay, yeah.
Topics.
Very true.
And it's a lot of fun to just talk about it and express it and have other people join in on the discoveries. Because I love like bringing up paradoxes and then watching people like think about them like, wait, what? And just the wheels are turning in their back of their heads. And I love seeing that because that means it's not just something that goes in their head, is just stored up there and then lost forever, but it's something that actually is causing them to grow. And I have this mindset of wanting to just teach people, and this is an outlet for me to do that.
Yeah. Kind of gets to like, you kind of get to work some of your thoughts that you've learned recently, and so you can kind of put them into action so you can rebuild that brain pathway kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an outlet for me to help teach people. It's an outlet for me to express myself, I guess. Not in a way of like, oh yeah, I want the popularity, but I want to express myself in a way of like, I'm not in public, I'm actually spreading the gospel. Not just like sitting at home just with my Bible, just doing my secret devotions, and then none of my coworkers know I'm a Christian. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
It's always bugged me that, like, I don't want to just be the small town Christian. Like, I want to do something to change society, the world. I want to do something.
It's interesting because like I understand that whole perspective where you're like, I want to be the big name. I want to be like, and for me, like I want to do the theology stuff. I want to be an apologist. I want to be all that like stuff too. It's like I like it. I love backing up my faith as well. Like just like I believe this, and here's here, and you can't really fight that. But I've also like I'm trying to learn to appreciate the small victories. And it's like if I die and there's not a lot of people brought, but there was a few, then like thanks God.
Yeah. Which I guess this is one of the ways where it's like I can appreciate the small victories because it's a podcast.
Yeah.
And we're starting.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Well, we've been on my YouTube channel for a little bit.
Yeah, we have been on that for a little bit.
So that's good. But like so it's here now. It's like its own unit kind of thing. So
it's
that's kind of
cool.
cool.
Unit, and we're kind of starting from ground zero.
Yep.
All over again, and it's like. Right, it's going to be small at the beginning. And it's just like, alright, God would, well, you do what you do with it. Because we can only do so much to try to draw people. It's like, it's really God that does the process. So, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sure. What do you think is going to be your favorite topic we're going to be talking about eventually?
I'm gonna be excited to go over the hypostatic union again.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
I liked the hypostatic union, and I want to be like more. Like I want to have more input on it. Like I want to talk more on it. I think the first time we talked about it, like I kind of just, I was there, but I talked. I've noticed that like in the podcast I sit a lot and I just kind of just there, or like I'll be using my computer, but like because I'm typically the tech guy.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like. I want to step away from being kind of the tech guy more. I want to dive into kind of thing.
Yeah, we're growing in each other's strengths.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, this guy didn't know how to set up the light umbrellas or the light diffusers.
Yeah. I was an amateur.
Yeah.
I was actually less than an amateur. I was a beginner.
Yeah, but we're getting to a point where we're both going to be almost equally leveled on the tech stuff, so that way when the when this stuff is all up and running and stuff. And if life happens and we change locations,
we'll be ready.
Yeah, we'll be ready where you can do all the podcast stuff you would need on your end, where you'd just be completely easily set upable, and I'll be able to be set upable wherever I am. And we can just have it we basically meet up at the same spot, quickly set everything up, and then boom, kind of thing.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then you'll be doing your study and all of your deep dives and stuff, and then you'll be prepared more on the theology side.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Cool.
Yes.
I'm really excited for when we do historical figures. Because I'm not only just a theology buff, I'm a history buff too. I love history.
Probably why you're a theology buff.
Yeah, it's got a little bit like that.
It's you like theology because you like history, not you like. I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
It crosses over both ways, man.
It's a joke.
So, yeah, going over historical figures is these men and women of great boldness and strength and great faith. It's they're examples to us in more modern terms than characters in the Bible. Not to say that characters in the Bible are any less.
Yeah.
But it's just it's good to have those kinds of examples be closer in time because it reminds you hey, God still moves. People can still do things for the world, change countries and nations with God's help. So yeah, I'm excited for those, the historical figures. I'm most excited for a Theodore Roosevelt episode when we get there, because he is a beast, and he just has a personality of hey, don't mess with me and my God, because we're going to protect.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
So, yeah, he's a cool
exciting.
fella.
Yeah.
So, cool. Wow.
Where we at?
I have no idea.
42 minutes.
Dang,
That's
bro.
good.
Man.
That's good.
We thought this was going to be shorter.
Yeah, we did. All right. Last question, I think.
Okay.
For both of us. We both get a last question. Only mine's not going to be very serious.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can ask whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay.
What is something that your friends have told you to do that you did and maybe slightly may have regretted it?
Oh, dear. Okay. There are a couple
Oh, let's go.
Oh, no. Can I pick one in particular?
Go for it.
Oh, gosh. The funny part of it is most of them are telling me to do things that I didn't want to do, but ended up liking it afterwards.
Oh, okay. Keep that in context.
Yeah, keep that in context. So there's not too many times where it's oh man, I really regretted it when somebody's telling me to do it and I just do it. I do regret one. I mean, not seriously regret, but it just was I don't think I'm ever gonna do that again. Me and a couple of friends ended up going to Super One, and we did a randomizer lunch.
Oh.
So what we did is we used a few different sizes of dice.
Oh yeah.
And we rolled for the aisle that we would go down, for the shelf that we would pull an item off of. We'd split it up into different sections, so then we would roll to see which section we would pull an item off of. And then, yeah, we'd do it for a side, a main meal, a drink, and I think a extra little treat thing.
What did you end up eating?
I ended up eating, there was one baby food packet.
Oh.
But it was like a blueberry banana one, so it wasn't
like bananas, so.
Oh, it was like a blueberry banana in an applesauce form. It was alright, that wasn't too bad. I did get a grapefruit sparkling water.
Oh.
That one was surprisingly good.
Huh.
And then I also had, I think it was ramen. and then I had ramen, and it wasn't. It was a beef. No, it was pork ramen. It was pork ramen. And then I also had, I think, a can of vegetables.
Okay, so it's like not like necessarily like regret. It was more like,
Yeah, I don't really want to do that again.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
So, yeah.
That's fair.
Not too many other things have I, like, been pressured into and then I just hated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been pressured into a couple of things. Like, one time I was pressured into doing a lip sync battle thing for a youth conference.
Oh, I like doing those. Those are fun.
Yeah. But it's like, the audience chose my costume.
Oh. I don't like that.
There was like a set of 6 costumes, and they chose... Well, they didn't choose the costume, but they kind of influenced my decision to choose a costume. Mm-hmm. And so I had to wear this costume while up there doing the lip sync battle.
What was the costume?
It was like a black shirt with like a tabby kitten on the front of it, just like enlarged on the front of it. And then jeans that were way too wide for me. And then I had like a purple like iPad case with a black like sash on it, so then you could like put it over yourself. And yeah, did that, wore all of that, and pretty much everyone said I won the lip sync battle afterwards. But how they determined who won the lip sync battle was based upon like shouts from the audience.
Oh yeah.
And so generally how those things go is that the further you go down the line, the louder the shout goes.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was more popularity contest than it was actual like, oh, he did well.
Yeah.
They actually have like a picture thumbnailed from the recording that they took of me on my knees with a microphone to my face and just like outstretched arm, like doing like getting fully into that one note in the song without singing it. But
what was the song?
I think it was Eye of the Tiger.
Oh.
Right? I think it was Eye of the Tiger. That was it. And there were a couple of other ones, but that one I was like, oh, I can get into that one. But yeah, that one was fun. That one was actually fun.
Face to face, out in the heat.
Did my time, took my chances.
At the distance now, I'm not gonna stop. Just live
In his will to survive.
It's the
Eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night. And he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. Wow, we actually did really well.
That was
Really
good.
nice. Alright,
Last question.
what is probably the craziest thing you've ever done? Like,
Crazy in what terms?
crazy as in, like, daredevil sort of crazy, like, adrenaline junkie sort of crazy. Nothing?
I enjoy roller coasters. I don't like.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I went on Zeus and Hades in Mount Olympus in Wisconsin Dells.
Oh, okay.
Coaster, I think it was like 180 miles an hour or something like that.
Oh, gosh.
It goes really. Is it? 100? I don't know how. It goes fast. I don't know how fast it goes, but it goes really fast under a parking lot and does a loop. It's a wooden roller coaster.
Oh, wow.
Like first wooden roller coaster that actually has an internal loop.
Oh.
Like where you go upside down and everything.
That's crazy.
I love roller coasters, but I think more daredevil-y going to Nicaragua when I was 12 and praying for people and seeing people healed.
Okay, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Remember when I was there, we went to this one house where this guy was sick from the water, and he couldn't stand or walk or anything, and we prayed for him, and he was able to stand up. And he would like run and walk, and so like, I consider that pretty daredevil-y.
Yeah, that's
God
pretty
is
cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. All right, guy. Still working.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, I've gotten to know you better. I like it.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Like it, like it, like it, like it, like it, like it a lot.
Cool. All right. Next time, we're going to be going over the book of Genesis.
Genesis.
It's going to be cool. And we're going to have our first guest on as well.
First real episode. Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. We're going to have our first guest. So, yeah. Be prepared. Stay tuned. Be notified.
Yes.
So,
make sure when you get to the end of this video or middle of this video, anything, you click that bell for notifications. Click the like if you want to. Leave us a comment and subscribe.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, it's been a great episode. Thanks for joining us today on
The Basement. Don't we close out with a prayer or something?
Oh, frick, yeah.
Oh. Bruh. Okay.
Right, sorry.
You pray. I'll just sit here.
Alright, cool. Lord God, thank you for this wonderful time that we get to spend together and we just get to learn more about you. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity that Ezra and I have to spread the gospel, to educate, and to inform people. And I pray that we continue to rely upon you for wisdom, rely upon you for knowledge. And we thank you for all that you're doing in and through us and what you've already done for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Alright, now it's goodbye.
Now we can say thank you for tuning into The Basement, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, well.
Until we meet again.
Yep. Ciao.